Forsaken just updated the classic Battlegrounds map. As you can see here, they changed the rock placement by 1 stud. How is this useful, you might ask? Because I like milking every last drop of Forsaken news on the hit social media website Twitter. I am literally Plague Cub, but with a
sped up voice, and I love Chance Plush.
Bruh.
In Forsaken. God, how do you do his voice? We live in the same country. Why can't I replicate it? In Forsaken, a lot of people have their own favorite thing. Whether it is a skin, killer or survivor, gameplay, lore, or any other thing that is in the game. But I have my own favorite thing. And it is of course the thing that got me famous and hate throughout 3 different communities. And 3 different social medias. And it is of course Gubby. I love Gubbies. Gubby this, Gubby that, Gubby everywhere. I love the Gubby update. I love Gubby so much, I transform myself into one. Gubby, 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 Gubby. In the recent update, Two Time has received a full-on complete change. Although all of his abilities are still the same, his stats got a complete rework. In this video, I'll be talking about what changed about him, how to use him properly, and how to counter this sweat lord of a character. I will also be giving him a ranking of how good or bad he is to see if it's still worth using him. So, hit that like button and subscribe, and let's get started. Now you can already tell that Two Time has completely lost his arms and legs, so his walk speed and running speed has been heavily nerfed to the ground, making him move only 1 stud per second and runs 3 stud per second, and his max stamina is now 10 stamina only. He now has a new passive ability called Schizophrenic, where he gets hallucination of his dead boyfriend every 1 second. He now has a passive ability called Schizophrenic, where he gets hallucination of his dead boyfriend every 1 second. As for his stab ability, his dagger is now made of paper. When you try to backstab, it literally does not work. Nothing changed about his crouching ability besides making him more slower than before. And as for his ritual, it is now utterly useless and just for decoration. Imagine Veronica's spray paint, except it does absolutely nothing. That's it for all his stats and abilities. Now, how can you use him in an actual match? Well, you don't! Now I personally think this update was fantastic because that's what all the Two Time mains deserve. Regardless, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below and whether if you agree with my thoughts about this update or not. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. I just got the rarest emote to ever exist in Forsaken because the developers just love me so much. Now this is probably one of the best emotes in the game to ever exist. The emote is called Cube, and just take a look at this. Now tell me if this is broken or not. Some of you guys are probably asking already how to get it or how to obtain it. Well, you probably already guessed it by now, and it's of course dev exclusive only. Listen, I never asked for this because the developers just glazed me so much and just decided to give it to me anyways. I was also told that I am the only one who has this emote as of right now, so this is probably the single most rarest emote in the game right now. So now you know that I just got the rarest emote to. In this Forsaken match, I found this random guy who just kept on being toxic to random people. So I decided to teach him a lesson and humiliate him on every single match. Now luckily, on the next match, I'm the kill. Oh crap, I can't let them know that this is a private server. Now luckily, on the next match, I'm the killer. So I'm gonna be using my main, which is Snowly. Alright, where is he? Where is he? Ah, there he is. Come here. Boom! Haha, easy void rush hit. This guy is so trash, bro. What do you have to say now, huh? Learning that being toxic is nice. Hello? Is this guy good? Wait, hold up, let me just... Can't chat? Then why did you even accept the help when I literally said I need you to pretend to be toxic? Oh my god. Oh, no. Great, now I have to find another person for this fit. What happens when a killer overthinks his matches? Now starting off the match, you can see this is a flood escape map, so I go to the front because the survivors are mostly there. Now if you pause over here, you can see on the left side that there's two survivors talking with each other, so I decided to go for them at first, of course, but I failed to try to do a sneak attack. As you can see here, the hitbox barely reached the gas, so on the next one, I had a thought in my mind, will he do a hitbox track? So I took the chance and then baited him successfully. Now as you can see here, I used entanglement. And since shooting it straight forward to the survivor will definitely not hit him because they will dodge, I had to predict where the survivor is gonna go between left or right. But judging from his perspective, he's probably looking back at me to try and avoid my projectiles. And since the D key is way more easier to hold while holding the S key instead of the A key, so I'm guessing he will go left on my perspective. Turns out my prediction was in fact correct, but I did it a bit too far, so it missed unfortunately. Free hit on the Shadletsky. You can see the guest here charged towards me and for some reason didn't run back. Now I decided to switch targets and go for the guest, but it turns out he actually blocked my attack. But he did nothing, so I know for a fact that he's my number one target right now. .33 damage on the Shadletsky here. Now as you can see here, I use entanglement, but the survivor can either go left or right, it doesn't really matter because he's a Shadletsky. So my prediction is he's gonna go right instead of left, because if he goes left and tries to run, I can just easily catch up and cut him. But if he tries to go right, he can at least try to escape through the path that is already set. And my prediction was in fact correct. So as you can see here, my stamina is very low, so there's really no point on chasing the Shadletsky anymore. So I decided to take the advantage of the off-guard guess, and I decided to shoot my projectile at him instead of the Shadletsky. Failed juking. I knew the Shadletsky was coming up and trying to slash me, so I stopped and used a move, and I don't know why I did that, but okay, at least I didn't get stunned. Now, if you remember this position, this is the position where I first killed the guest. So, I decided to use my Rejuvenate the Rotten ability to summon my minion there for it to chase the guest. And my theory was in fact correct. It did chase the guest, and even got the second one over there. Now as you can see here, the guest is trying to loop me because he has no other choice. So I decided to do a trick on him. Since that spot, you can clearly see where I'm gonna go, either left or right. You can see on the POV right here. So I decided to pretend to go on the right side by going to this spot, and then after that, shoot an entanglement to try and pull him towards the ground, so I don't have to chase him and he gets stunned. Now as you can see here, the guest is trying to climb up the hill and probably try to push me. And since my stamina is already low anyways, I decided to use the unstable eye, stop sprinting, and then let the guest hit me anyway so I can recharge stamina and get speed boost so I can catch up to him immediately. You can see I used entanglement here. Now remembering the previous encounter with the entanglement, you can see that he went left. and I failed to hit that, so I took that as an advantage and I shoot left a little bit less than last time, and it did work. I in fact got him and I killed him. Pause here. Looking at the right side, I can see a vulnerable survivor doing a generator. He does not know what's coming, so I decided to mass infection him. As you can see here, the guy is still on the generator, so I just decided to go after him and then after kill him. But it turns out he was just lagging. Hold up, pause. How did you miss that? Genuinely, how did you miss that? I did not have iframes. How did you miss that? Now I don't have enough stamina to catch up with him, so I decided to mass infection. I decided to go left because I don't know where he will go next, so the safest bet is to go left because he will eventually force to go right where my other minion is right there, so I can hit him with the other minion. As you can see here, there's a Shelitsky trying to help me, so I just decided to surprise attack him and after I get him with entanglement. And I don't know why the other 2 time left, so I decided to end the match right here and right now. In Forsaken, most people don't spend 25/7 hours in the game and actually has a life. But I do not. So today, I'm gonna teach everyone one very useful tip for every survival in the game. Let's start off with noob. Now, if you're in chill lobby, you can just do generators because you're a survivalist after all. But if you're in a tryhard server, just leave or take yourself out to the killers because you're not winning anyways and you're just gonna get killed. As for guest mains, do generators because it decreases the timer. For the leeches, just leave. Leave. For the gambler, keep flipping coins and shoot as much as possible, even in chases, because you can defend yourself using that. As for the clanker, put your spray pin in the most obvious spot so it wastes the killer's time and move. As for the father figure, always roleplay whenever you see a cool kid. Now moving on to the support. The 9 to 5 worker should just throw a pizza at the furthest direction from the player that needs HP to stall the killer's time. Do this as well for Builderman's Sentry. And finally, for the shady guy, make your traps as long as possible because bigger hitbox.
No way it worked! Ow!
Alright guys, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoy and tell me if you want to see more tips and tricks.